And then my uncle gets on the phone. He goes, "You are considered a princess in this country." And I was like, wait a second, what?
Hey fam, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a wonderful week. I'm filming this today, Friday, and it's going up on Friday, so it's up to date. Anyways guys, today's video is just it's a wholesome story. It's a wonderful, just almost like Disney princessy kind of story. This girl named Sarah found out that she's an actual real life princess at the age of 28. Let me show you the clip. We'll come back and discuss.
I had found my birth mother's family when I was in my first year of graduate school and my early 20s. So I found out she had passed away of cancer. I really got to meet this amazing family and started to learn about my birth mother, and I got to meet her sister, which was really, really cool. And then I realized, well, what was it like to be an African man in the 70s with a white woman in West Virginia having a child? Maybe I should give this guy a break, right? So the moment I got out of my own way and opened myself up and was like, wait a second, what has his life been like? Why don't I walk in his shoes for a moment? A whole new, it's like, I don't know, this may sound crazy, but like this yellow brick road opened up, so to speak. So I wrote a letter. 4 days later, I get a phone call. And there's this woman on the other line, and she says, "Hello, Sarah. This is your Auntie Evelyn. How are you?" And I froze. And then my uncle gets on the phone. He goes, "Oh, Sarah, we are so happy you've been found. Do you know who you are?" And I'm like, "I'm Sarah?" He says, "You are part of a royal family. Your great-grandfather was a paramount chief. Your grandfather, your uncle runs a chiefdom of 45,000, now 70,000. You can be chief. You are considered a princess in this country." And I was like, wait a second, what? He said, "We're going to contact your father in Sierra Leone. He's going to be so happy to meet you." I get off the airplane and I see my birth father sitting there and standing there, actually so statuesque and so nervous. And it's like his eyes were talking to me in that moment, is as if they were saying, "Please like me, please accept me, please like me." And it was so beautiful. We took a ferry over that night, stayed in a small hotel, and then there was a knock at the door the next morning from my father. And he gave me this beautiful green African dress. And he said, "Sarah, I would love for you to wear this green African dress into our family's village tomorrow." And I said, "I would love to." And as we arrive in the village, there are 100, 200, 300, hundreds of people to welcome me. And then all of a sudden, everyone parts. And all the women of the village come forward wearing the same green dress that I had been given. And they were singing. They were singing, "But a tang, 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 but a tang, 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 pa-da-do, ah-do, way, pura Sarah go to." They were singing, "We're preparing for Sarah." And I had never met anyone there in my entire life. I was literally pinching myself. And I hadn't won the basketball game. I wasn't the homecoming queen. I just showed up, and that was enough. And it was so exciting and so special.
How incredible is that story? It's so hard to fathom that like something like this can happen to a real person. Like we've all envisioned or imagined or dreamt about that prince and princessy stories because of all the movies we've watched, all the cartoons. Like, let's not lie to ourselves, especially girls. Don't lie to yourself. Like, okay, I don't want to say everyone, of course not everyone, but most of us, because I've talked with people and we had this idea that prince is real to a point where it started messing with our concept of reality. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is this person actually exists. She found out that she's a princess at the age of 28. I'm sure from the video you got the story. Basically, Sarah was raised by her parents that adopted her. So she's always known that she's not biologically there, so she was curious. At the age of, I believe, early 20s, she tracked her mom and got to know her family from that side. But her mom, she found out that she was already dead. And her dad, I don't know why, but until the age of 28, she never wanted to find him. But eventually she realized it must have not been that easy at that time for my dad to be a black man, an African man in America, and he has a baby with a white woman. So she kind of understood that it's out of necessity that they gave her away. That's when she said, okay, it clicked, and she wanted to look for him. She hired a private investigator, and that person tracked her family from her dad's side, her African side. So when he came and told her about it, she wrote a letter to them, and she said as soon as the phone rang and they picked up, they said, "Sarah, is that you?" And she was so happy. She got to talk to her aunt, her uncle, and they told her, you know, you're a princess. Where we're from, that is Sierra Leone. So she's like, wait, what? I am a princess? So that's how her journey started. She went to Sierra Leone. Her dad welcomed her like an actual princess, which she is, and they explained to her what the culture is like there. The most beautiful thing was the way they welcomed her into their family. That just shows you the beauty of, you know, love in culture and how rich Sierra Leone and also Africa in general is. Let me just show you a snippet of how they welcomed her.
They were singing, "But a tang tang tang, but a tang tang tang, Panadu adu way, pura Sarah go to." They were singing, "We're preparing for Sarah." And I had never met anyone there in my entire life. I was literally pinching myself.
They welcomed her like she's been with them all this time, and they know her, and that was stuck with her. And not only that, she was able to see what the blood diamond era did to them. That was like, it took me a high, like to see her meet her family, her being a princess, her excitement, and then just a dive after she started talking about the blood diamond and how many people lost their arms and limbs. And it's just, that part is sad. Let's just ignore that, and I don't even want to put that clip in, because let's just keep it light and cute for this video, because I just want us to have sometimes good news, fun stories to talk about and smile and laugh about. Otherwise life can be a bit hard, right? So she talked about that, and she actually started this NGO with her adoptive family and really helped that community that she came from. So I found that to be really beautiful. But before I leave you guys, I want to show you a short clip of what she said that just first watch it.
For people of color, and specifically African Americans, we don't often get taught, because people don't know about the continent, and we don't know about our African roots. And so we're only taught about slavery, which tends to make me go, oh gosh, not another slavery movie. Even though it's an important part of our history, it's not all of it. And I think what can be great about this movie is that it can actually take us back to knowing, like, we didn't all come here as slaves. We were Africans, mothers, fathers, doctors, lawyers, healers, everybody, and then made slaves. And there's this missing piece that I feel like I want African Americans to know who we are, like where we all come from, because it's been so long and we've been disconnected, but it's really our origin.
I loved what she said. In America, she said the children are being taught about slavery and how, like, their story all of a sudden starts from slavery. And she's like, no, there were teachers and mothers and fathers and healers, and all these people were taken and then were turned into slaves. So it just, that's something I thought was just beautiful, because yes, I realized that too from all these movies that I see. It's just like it focuses on black people being slaves, and that's a period of time that, yes, black people were slaves, or in Africa context, black people were colonized, but that does not define us. There is history before colonization, before slavery, and there's history after colonization and after slavery. So we should not let them put us back to that place. It's history. We need to know, we need to learn, we need to understand, but we should not always be in that mental chain. It's like, in a way, in their movies, they keep showing us again and again that, look, you were slaves. Okay, yeah. Now can we talk about what's happening now, what I'm doing right now? Yes, I was colonized, but right now, what's happening? Like, let's keep it moving. Why do you want me to be stuck in a place where that was not my best? You put me in that place. So if anything, if you keep reminding me, I'm going to turn it on you and tell you how evil you are. So I just loved what she said right there, and it's something that we all can just start thinking about. And she's coming up with a movie, she's working with, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's with Disney, but she's working with producers and filmmakers to turn her book to a movie, because she's like, African Americans need to know that our story didn't start from our ancestors being slaves. We were something else before they made us slaves. So yeah, it was wonderful. I can't wait to watch the movie when it comes out. Let me know down below what your thoughts are after watching this. I'm Wongel Zelalem, and please like this video, because I hear it helps with the algorithm. I will see you on the next one. Stay blessed. Bye.